Seems I'm live. Okay, everything seems to be fine. Let's go. So, what I want to do today is just check out Karl Franz, legendary, very hard. Yes, the AA strength in threat assessment and minor fraction potential. This is what creates so much variety, actually. Let me put the stats back up. Sometimes I try it out without the stats, or even battle difficulty on very, on easy or anything like that, just to see what's the, the most optimal way of going through. And then I'll do the battles, Sometimes that's what I do, just to test. And it also helps me to have a feel for how it works when someone has a lower battle difficulty or a lower campaign difficulty and stuff. But for now, yeah, everything's fine here. Yeah. Let's start it out. Okay, let me check. Hey, hi there, Lord. Sorry about it. Yes, just some some white noise. I was actually going through and announcing the stream on Discord. So I hope you're still there. So I'm trying out Karl Franz and trying my own way and own style, and let's see what comes up out of it. So I've already played a little bit and tried it out a little bit, so I'm going to show what I have and what I have thought of and why I don't believe, there's a lot of variety here, especially like, I have some notes, hold on, let me see. I have some notes like, for instance, turn 4, Hawkland always dies usually. If not, that just means that Feastus is delayed. And then on turn 7, there's the outcome from the Greenskins. And there's the outcome from Middenland. So it's decided. And if the Greenskins win, well, then you're likely going to have to war against them. And then around the same turn, Golgfag actually destroys Nordland. And if it does not happen, of course, better for you. And then at turn 8, Kemmler is at war. Kemmler is at war either with Marienburg or with this dwarf faction, the Kadak Ziflin. And if he fights the Kadak Ziflin, it's much better for you. As long as you don't get your lord killed like Elfin. He did? I hope. Well, that's part of the testing, actually. So many times when I'm testing, I'm just doing things like the part that I want to do is always stuff like ensuring that I check as a new player. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm winning this battle and I'm doing so much micro that I'm like, I cannot recommend this to a new player. That's sometimes what I feel. So I try to find an easier way. Like I did that on the Kazrak Let's Play a lot because I thought, yeah, I can't recommend this. So this first battle, for instance, you can't auto-resolve it because you're going to lose 1 unit. More than once that happened when he streams. All right. Let's find it out. This battle, for instance, what I advise is sometimes like, hey, pick this unit. This unit, Reichsguard, that's what you're going to micro. And I'm going to try to micro the least possible with everything else. So that's sometimes what I do. That's why I like to have some cavalry, some other stuff, because quite often that's what I try. More than once that I haven't watched streams. That's hilarious. Actually, I never watched the full stream. I'll always show up, but I don't watch the full stream, so that's hilarious, actually. But he's a great player, man. Okay, so I want this. I always put like Lord on number 1, and then units that I need, like hero on caster hero on 2, support hero on 3, then missile units on 4, frontline on 5, then 6 and 7 is reserved for the flanking units, and 10 is always artillery. And that's always just a go-to idea. Oh, hold on, it should be the artillery. There we go. Does it reach the crossbowmen? Yeah, that's nice. And you're gonna go on group 2 just because I need some control there. And I'm gonna go with them really wide because I want them to go after the crossbowmen. So, group 5, let's put them here. Let's put the handgunners like this. I can actually put them slightly a little bit better here. That's the great swords, and these are the halberds. Let me put them like this. And Karl Franz is in the middle. So just a little bit split up. This is what I've decided so far in terms of things. Just checking some messages here. Yeah. So, for the most part, I'm going to use just the cannons. Let me put them here. There we go. And immediately go after the crossbowmen, because that's the only unit that can actually do some damage. So, yeah. That's the only unit that can really do some damage. I'm going to put my Reichsguard here. And yes, there are spearmen, but he doesn't have any mobility, so mobility is the key here. It's like Napoleon said, you know? Napoleon used his cavalry better than anyone, actually. Which is what was his downfall when the cavalry failed at Waterloo. So, just a little bit historical fact there. And now he's getting the crossbowmen concentrating on us, so we can concentrate on other units. Let me go for this swordsman. Yeah. They all failed, but now there's nothing else that he can do about this charge. So that's going to work out pretty nicely. And this is always kind of what happens. Like, I'll just check the... Yeah, Russia's too cold for horses. Yeah, indeed, he was actually having a shortage of horses after Russia, because that's where he lost a lot of his men. And things started going awry. So yeah, never fight, like, is it Karl von Clausewitz that said, never fight a land war in Asia? Well, Napoleon wasn't there when he said it. So right now everything is fine. We're doing some damage here, that's okay. And I'm just gonna keep bombarding these guys. These guys are likely broken. What a tragedy for Napoleon. Yeah, he's the only guy actually to conquer Moscow, you know, even though it was a Pyrrhic victory because he was left nothing. There's one dude here that I don't know how he's surviving. So I'm going to keep up with that. I'm just going to tell them to attack. And these units are likely going to fall. Instead of telling my units to not attack, I'm just going to move them to other positions. Karl Franz is doing a good job against the enemy lord. Like, seriously good job. And my artillery is just going to do some damage here as well. So that's cool. Smart man knows when to quit. That's definitely the case here. So, yep. There we go. I don't know what key I clicked, but it wasn't shift. So right now, I'm going to just pursue the spearman here. And I'm pretty sure that he cannot reach me. I'm going to tell these handgunners to go over there. There we go. And again, Reichsguard. Just small movements, you know, small movements. That's a victory, and I'm going to tell the Reichsguard immediately to move over there. So, Karl Franz goes back. You guys are fine. You guys are fine. I'm just going to move them back to stop them from firing. You guys are fine here. Let's speed up. And that's how I want to do this early battle, you know. Not a lot of losses, a little bit on Karl Franz, it's fine. Just pursue, by the way, 204, 195. As you can see, you should always pursue for extra XP, okay? Always pursue. That's just one crossbowman, we'll let them tell the tale. We always let one man survive to tell the tale. There's no one moving, there's nothing here troublesome. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, I hate having my missile units fire on my own units. That's often. That's happens often. And actually this battle went really well, because usually when I'm streaming, it doesn't. I'm usually like, come on guys, please give me a break. I'm a noob. But no, it's the problem of trying, you know, very low cheese and stuff. Sometimes it's like, you know, risking that, you know, trying to get some risks and stuff. So far looks good. So that's how you do that first battle without losing too much. And of course you can get a lot of value from the right Scott and even the mortars. This is still on very hard, but mortars still hit, especially when you know, if you're targeting missile units, they have to stop to fire. So at one point they're going to get hit. And even infantry units, they're slow. So sometimes he's going to have to take some losses there. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to have music on. Hold on. Let me get the treasury. It's always the treasury. Of course, if you have a lot of losses, you may want to get replenishment. But this is so far what I have.
Summon the Elector Count.
I always go for Inspiring Presence, or you can go for Hold the Line. And it's basically the same. It's just melee defense and leadership to allies. I prefer to have this because of the unit experience. So it's a little bit better, and you still don't need Root Marcher. So you're going to get Inspiring Presence, and we're going to attack Grunberg here. And this time we could actually auto-resolve if you prefer, if you don't like to fight the initial battles, but I'm going to fight it nevertheless. So yeah. But the principle is exactly the same. And it's actually the same battle map, so likely I'm going to have the same formation already set up. And we're just going to do it a little bit faster. Lots of smiley faces. So yeah, same principle here, but I'm going to be a little bit closer. Actually, let's go. Control 0. We're going to be here. I just want to be able to hit the crossbowmen. Yeah, mobility. Actually, this place seems better for the artillery to be positioned, but I'm not positioning the crossbowmen. Okay, let's group up. Group 4, Group 5. Let's put like this. Spread them out a little bit. There's not a lot of tactics going on here. Just make sure that you leave some gaps for the handgunners to shoot. And that's it. You're going to be group 2 and you're going to be on this side. Let's give them a wide reach there. And I don't want them to hit that building, so just ensuring that we get something. Let's get on the swordsmen because they do have shields. The spearmen don't have shields, so yeah. Let's get select 2, move around. There's a spearman, but shouldn't be too much trouble. And where's Karl Franz? I forgot to move Karl Franz. See, I'm already suffering from issues from streaming. Typically don't forget. So even if this happens, this is positive. This just allows you to buy time. And the more time that you buy for your troops to arrive, the better. So right now we want to just avoid these spearmen. And they're almost in range. So we just want to avoid the spearmen. If they try to move in, it's decent for us. And here they are. There we go. I'm just going to keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And now I actually am able to attack the crossbowmen. So it's fine. It's not too much. Not too many orders, that you need to send. The mortars are about to fire, so I'm going to wait. But there we go. I'm going to target them. And you're going to target those swordsmen. So here's the drops. I'm pretty sure that they won't hit my mortar, my cavalry. And there we go. And right now everything is fine. I'm actually going to move them towards the swordsman. I'm going to tell these guys to attack. Actually, you're going to tell to attack. And there we go. Group 1, let's go. Group 2, just confirming the crossbowman. And that's it. This spearman unit is going to do nothing, actually. It's just going to be walking around. As soon as they arrive, just go away. You could charge them or anything like that, but you want to be charging here. Who am I attacking here? Let's attack the spearman. So this also gives me a target for my my units, which is great. And just ensure that you have a little bit of a target for the handgunners. So let's move here. You want to cause the rout. Let's move here. Have the crossbowmen returned? I don't know. I'm going to tell the handgunners to move over there. This is strictly just for fun. Right now all that I needed was to rout them with a hammer and anvil. You're going to attack those spearmen. And that's it. That's how you do the second battle. Yeah, handgunners attacking the crossbowmen here. We're going to take a few losses, but it's okay. Just double checking. Is everyone fleeing? Not yet. Now we got it. There we go. I was expecting a closer, you know, a faster route, but that's okay. So, handgunners, you can hit the crossbowmen. Nah, they won't be able to catch them. So let's just put our spearmen or cavalry to the test. These guys are just going to shoot slightly a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, this should be fine. Always chase in the end. Even if your troops, by the way, your troops can catch up to the enemy if they are charging, because when they charge they have a little bit extra movement, so that's always something important. They gain a little bit more speed. And with this we already have one. We're gonna get rank 2 with this battle, almost. No, you stop it. See, this is a big problem. I didn't lose any models, but I did lose a little bit of health. So you gotta be careful with those. And I'm on ×4 or whatever that time speed is, fast forward. I believe it's ×4. So it could have been really bad. So when chasing, always keep an eye on those. Is there anything else that I need to chase? No. As soon as I finish these guys, it's done. And that's the battle. And it's almost the full XP. So it's gonna get a full rank next one. Let's end the battle. So I have already done, I have already some sort of a guide ready, and I'm actually just streaming, but I don't have everything set up. I still have I'm not sure how Kazrak moves. I have found him to be in all my campaigns in one or two locations, so I'm trying to send here my units just to the right place, but you'll see in a moment. Just occupy, and what I like to build here is unlocking free company militia and pistoliers. I always like to favor a little bit of mobility, and the pistoliers are nice to reinforce when I fight Festus. So I'm already preparing that. Now let's get the route marcher. You're gonna need that campaign speed, and we're gonna get 1 spearman and 1 swordsman. So 1 spearman so that I can have, 1 unit on the flanks that covers for cavalry, and that's it. And Altorf already going for that. But that will be on my guide, so don't worry too much. Right now I'm just having some fun with whoever shows up to chat. Strong, fleet-footed. I like this, but I'm gonna get a strong one. And he's gonna get 1 archer. And we could get some technologies. I'd like to get state troop standards soon as possible. That extra recruit rank helps a lot. Commandment, it's here. So control and income from trade tariffs. Or tariffs. It's not that. I need diplomacy. I don't advise that you get any deals with Baston and Paravon. At least I have tried, and it just doesn't feel right because they are at war with factions that you may not want to have problems with. Trade agreement with Televic Land. It's nice, but you can get a little bit more on the next turn. So, yeah. That's what we're going to do. So, end up the turn. I believe I've done everything. The worst part is sometimes that I don't do everything. And then I start thinking, oh, where's my wizard? Oh, did I do this? No, I forgot. No, that's the sort of thing that happens on that when you're recording, you can just save and you can record. And then you can go back if anything happened. Because, of course, you want the recording to be perfect. So when it happens in here, especially for a guide, you know, when it's a let's play, it's a let's play. So this is a variety that happens, Battle Wizard, and I got a Jade Wizard. So this can happen for a lot of people. It's different, of course, because it's a variety situation that happens. So let's move. The good thing is that we get the Free Company Militia. So right now, I'm going to get the Jade Wizard merged. I'm going to move here. This is strictly, I'm just moving in case this army ever decides to attack. Here get the reinforcements. Okay, so that's good for us. But usually what will happen is that they'll stop recruiting and they'll actually come over here on forced march. And that's exactly what we want. And over here, we want not 2 Free Company Militia and not by this cost. Because we're going to use the call to arms. There we go. It's actually quite a lot that you gain in income. And now we are actually going to go for the trade agreement. Actually, let's get a trade agreement with the Televic Land first. That's good. Typically, I don't get as much. And let's get the trade agreement with Kislev as well. And another one that I want is not on the quick deals, is that I want to declare war and join war with the Court of Night. Because this helps me to ensure, because Elspeth is always going to finish them up. Always going to finish them up. So you just gain a little bit of money, and that's fine. And you never have any troubles against it. 3 Free Company Militia plus 2 archers, that's when it's going to defeat this army here in Overstrike. So yeah, what's the trait for this guy? Intelligence, that's nice. The spell intensity is actually good. Yeah. The smell intensity. You can, by the way, you can capture Ubersreich. If I'm not recruiting, you can capture Ubersreich with these guys as reinforcement. I don't advise it, because then this army is just free to do havoc and it can do some damage. So I prefer to wait a little bit a turn, but just knowing that maybe you can do it. It's just a harder battle because they're going to recruit units. So let's see if it works. The prediction is that they stop recruiting and then move here to defend in forced march. If they don't, then this whole stream is going to backfire. Yeah, but here they are. So that's the essence here. There you go. He has some Empire Knights, some good units and stuff. But what are we going to do? We're going to merge here the units. This is already actually a Pyrrhic victory that destroys you a lot of units. But let's encircle. Do not resolve, please. Don't misclick.
Warrior of Sigma.
Let's merge. Give those 2 archers. There we go. And now when you do, actually you can get an auto-resolve out of this if you prefer. But I prefer not to. I prefer to fight it. So let's fight the battle. And it's a tough battle. I don't lie to you. And that's one reason why sometimes these battles don't go really well. One change that I've done so far is that the great swords are going to go in the middle, because that's where likely his own great swords are going to be, and it's going to help us out. So far, this is what I've done in terms of a guide You know, it's always happening. That's what I try to do. I'm not going to risk losing a little bit. Yeah, let's fight. I don't mind fighting. So, formation for these guys. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Okay, and let me just check where his cavalry is. So, yeah, that's where you want your Reichsguard. They can deal with the enemy cavalry. They can actually deal with handgunners as well. Handgunners are in front. So, what are we going to do is going to get this guy a lot to the front. There we go. Because we want our Reichsguard to go after his own mortars. Okay. And our mortars to be able to hit their infantry. Especially the handgunners is a good target. Or the greatswords. So it's kind of sad that they are all over here. So that's a little bit of a problem. If necessary, just hit the crossbowmen or archers or, you know, even a swordsman unit. Don't use them on the spears because the spears are the weakest unit of all. So, we want the spearmen on one side. This is the sort of formation that we want, and it's going to be very spread out. Very spread out because we want the Free Company militia in the middle. Let's get the great swords a little bit like this. There we go. And now we're going to have this as group 4. And I'm going to put these guys as group 6 just because they're going to be slightly different. We want them in the middle. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's exactly how I want it. Let's go behind the great swords. There we go. And as for you, I want archers on the other sides. And handgunners just covering. There we go. Group 1. In this case, I want you next. In group 2, I want you over here. Just defending. That's it. We're going to get 1 extra. So that's fine. So let's start a battle and let's check here. Yeah, I don't want the mortar to hit us. I can send my Reichsguard to the woods, but I prefer not to in this case. Reason is basically that I want them to be able to be very mobile and respond to the Empire Knights. If the Empire Knights go again on this side, of course I have the spearmen there. And that's why you get a unit of spearmen, because you have to control those Empire Knights a little bit, at least on the flanks. If they hit the swordsman, it's kind of fine. Empire Knights are not going to kill them really fast, and at least your units do it really well. So as soon as my mortars can attack, I'll actually just stop them, because we don't want to have too much trouble. I'm going to try to hit these units of handgunners, even though some of the hits may fall here. So yeah. And there we go. Handgunners. Let's try to get a few shots off. If we can get a few shots off, that's excellent, actually. Let's get my greatswords here. Are they moving? They are not. And actually it tells them that they are under attack. Let me see if I manage to hit someone. Yeah. Some good hits. Actually, they went through. That's good. That's excellent. Exactly what we want. And when we want to lure the enemy. So the greatswords are on this side. That means I'll have a target for these Free Company militia and handgunners on that side. That's good. And Karl Franz is there to help. Even though Karl Franz is best used against hounds here. Yeah, so I'm losing a little bit of some shots, but that's already half health handgunners, so that's good. The other unit of handgun is completely hidden. If he arrives, it's just going here. It was group 7, just on this side. There we go. That's some nice shots, actually. I'm doing a lot of damage. Here he comes, of course. He doesn't take the shots lightly, but I'm going to leave them on the handgunners because he's already doing great on that. We don't want to move too much because it's difficult terrain. And we want to ensure that we keep an eye on those Empire Knights because that's the main target. As soon as his mobility is dealt with, then I'll have my own mobility. So, I want to move a little bit now. This is just slightly to the side. so that I can compensate for those handgunners over here. There we go. And I can already tell these guys to attack the Empire Knights. If he sends in the spearmen, it's fine. If he sends in other stuff, it's fine. I'm going to tell the halberdiers to move over there, and it's fine. Hey, Chichita! How are you doing? So these spearmen against these other spearmen, they're going to win, especially with the archers fire, freak up and militia. So there's the great swords. It's going to be a big problem. Over here, I'm doing fine. Over here is doing really well. The halberdiers are approaching. That's great. And I want you to hit those handgunners. Handgunners hit the great swords. Hit those great swords. That's okay. Okay, group 1. Reichsguard. Not Reichsguard, the Reichland Runefang. There we go. There we go. You can retreat because the halberdiers are there now. And I want you to attack those archers. There we go. You're gonna hit those handgunners. You're gonna hit those swordsmen. And you're gonna start hitting some units here. Especially the great swords. There we go. Go after Hans. This is fine, actually. Where's my other lord? There we go. Let's go over here. Let's go over the spearmen. Okay, so mortars. Do I want to do some damage here? It's fine if some of your units retreat, because you always have some damage to do here. Do I want some damage there? Yes, I do. That's the great swords. You did your first warg? That's excellent, dude. Warg is excellent. Let's attack some spearmen with shields here. You've done that. Let's attack here. That's a lot of units there. Let's attack those crossbowmen. And I gotta be careful with my Karabuk's great swords here. Okay, you're gonna go here. Halberdiers, let's go back. And you're gonna hit the swordsman. Don't worry too much about any units flanking. Just be careful with units that you might lose. Special great swords here. How's the damage? I gotta be careful there. Hit the great swords from behind. Just be careful with Karl Franz because he can die easily in this engagement. So I'm gonna retreat him. And my cavalry is here. He's gonna dive in. Great swords are nearly routing, so that's good. I noticed that there's not a lot of issues with the mortar. You can't do too much damage there. Over here, I can engage. There we go, let's attack the spearmen. And I don't have any units that have died, which is the plan overall. Let's attack these spearmen, and handgunners are taking the enemy lord here. Other handgunners can attack the enemy lord. Karl Franz can move in over here to crossbowmen. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna tell Karl Franz to come back. So it's always one of those things, like, just ensure that Karl Franz can do some damage there. Yeah, there we go. Over here, there's no problem whatsoever, you know, because an Arc Selector, that's why you get an Arc Selector, because they can do a lot of damage. And now his lord is going to flee, and everyone is going to flee. There you go. And it seems like a lot of the health is gone, but that's fine. Oh, that's not fine, actually. Let me stop my mortars before I have some surprises. We can do some damage here, just to ensure that we get army losses. There we go. And you can already retreat if you feel like your units are going to... You can already end the battle if you feel like some of your units are going to end up dying or anything like that. But this is still good. This is still good. So it's a stronger opponent, but you can get some good shots. Now, one thing that I'm going to change, I didn't like the Karabuk greatswords in the middle because that's focused fire from their handgunners. So I'm going to advise only to move the greatswords to the front. So greatswords are going to be behind the mortars or anything like that, so they can soak a little bit of damage. So that's a small step from here to the guide, you know. Let me just try to get anything. Where are most units? There we go. Some crossbowmen here. These guys are not firing. These guys are alive. They're fine. Let me just ensure that I stop firing. There we go. You can use the Awakening of the Woods. There we go. Let's calculate a little bit. I'm very terrible at calculating them on the move, but I actually managed to do it fine now. And Caribou Greatsword's just going to move here. You're going to stop. I don't want any friendly fire. We are not Skaven. Sorry about that. My Nurgle stuff is happening because I'm a little bit under the weather. And this microphone just picks up everything. It's amazing. And it's silly, but it's amazing too. Okay, just always pursue because it always gives you some XP. Okay? Always do that. There we go. Yes, it states a Pyrrhic victory, but it's a very important Pyrrhic victory. Like, the most important part is that you don't lose any units. If you lose, it's a little bit of a problem. You have some good damage. This one didn't do a lot of damage because of line of sight, of course. But it's also because you're targeting targets sometimes like spearmen, which have very low values. So don't always check this. You know, 31 kills, that's likely some spearmen, and someone had to kill them. But yeah, this is not exactly an easy battle. It's kind of difficult for me to recommend otherwise, though. This is a battle that you have to take. If it takes some losses, well, it's kind of fine. Let's occupy. I decide to just occupy instead of occupy and, you know, loot and everything. But it's really up to you. If you've decided that you've taken too many losses, you can go there. So, what we want here. I want to hold the line and I want the pistol corps. Because that's the... How to say, this is always going to be helpful. And I don't want to take Emperor's Finest when I actually want to go for Honest Steel. And right now, this will only benefit one Karabuk sword. Speaking of Nurgle, Tamarkan kicked my butt when I was playing. Yeah, it's difficult. Tamarkan is a difficult nut to crack, actually. Especially in the late game, he's impressive. Let's get Earthblood and Life Bloom. And for you, let's just get Root Marcher. I want you to be able to do some marching around. So the next one is to go over here and attack Eilhart. And Leopold, he can go over here, get some more archers, but I prefer to give him over to Altdorf. And now it's about to be turn 4. We're about to get the research. That's cool. And we're going to recruit some more units. In this case, I want to recruit just some 3 swordsmen. I prefer the swordsman to the spearmen with shields for the main part of the game, of the early game, because they at least are slightly better versus infantry. Slightly better versus infantry. So we want them to damage a little bit more. You can go the Empire spearmen, you just have to do a lot of if you do so. So let's demolish that barracks. We don't need it for the swordsman. Okay, we have this one. And that's it for now. Let me just double check if there's anything here. We don't get any deals with Paravon. Yeah, we don't have anything else. And let's go. I'll still do the guide video, even though this is going really well for a guide video, actually. So let me just confirm, turn 4, Hawkland will actually die. And I've seen Nordland die very soon, like turn 5 or something for whatever reason. There we go, turn 4, Hawkland dies. So Feastus is actually... oh, sorry. This means that Feastus is actually doing great. Feastus is actually doing great. So... what I still haven't decided is how I'm going to fight Kazrak and when I'm going to fight. We're going to go for grain silos or state-issued weapons. And if I go for state-issued weapons, this is supposed to hit as I'm going to fight Feastus. So that's the sort of idea that I want here. So you're ready, replenished. Let's go for Eilhart.
Ulrich's will.
And let's finish the successor states. I can auto-resolve this, but I'm going to fight it because I really don't want my Karabuk swordsmen to have any damage. I'm actually going to leave them outside of the battle. Let's start the deployment. This is actually a bad position for me because I have to move uphill, so I'm going to have to force them to come down. I actually only have 3 mortars. That's kind of sad because of the health. So that's a little bit sad. Let me put here. I like those great swords a lot. Yeah, the Karabuk great swords are really good. You've seen how they were under fire and under attack. A great deal there. I tried to put them against other greatsword units, but then, you know, in the mix of battle I couldn't. So I'm gonna have to micro that a little bit better on the video, and I'm gonna have to make a small decision there to put, you know, to maybe clump up my units a little bit more. I wasn't sure that I needed the halberds to assist the Reichsguard. They dealt with the Empire Knights really well. So all that I want here is for them to be able to hit the crossbowmen. Let's go group 1, group 2, group 3, group 0, group 4. Let's actually include the Free Company Militia in the group 4. So something like this. There we go. And let's you do this. Let's do this. Group 5. And these guys are going to be held in reserve right behind, because I don't want to lose any units, any full units. So group 5 here. And let's just ensure that we have a little bit of... There we go. I know it seems like overzealous, but I really advise you to do this overzealotry when you're playing, just to ensure you don't get any surprises. You know, even at the small battles, sometimes you can lose some important stuff, so just make sure you do that. Group 1, in this case I'm going to put them in front, and you're just going to go here. Group 0, let's attack. I don't want to move these guys, I want to move these guys. And just see if I can react to the enemy. There we go, that's a nice shot. Some swordsmen hit. I told them to hit the crossbowmen, but at least, you know, they're trying. I have to give them some bonuses for trying. Let me see if I can put my men here. Actually, I don't like that, because he's moving in. So let me just move them like this. If he's moving in, I prefer that he moves in. Yeah, I'm attacking the crossbowmen, it's doing a lot of damage. Let me just put the Reichsguard here. And there's some units coming in over here, the spearmen. Let me just retreat these guys and position them a little bit over here. There we go. Karl Franz can go over to the front. Let's get one shot in this clump up unit. And regardless of the lords that you have, or the magic that you have, not the lord, the lore. Regardless of it, just ensure that you get a little bit going. Let me actually heal up Franz, because I can heal up Franz. Well, I can heal him up later on. I didn't Didn't do it right. There we go. It should have been like that. No, it's going. Okay. Let's go over there. Let's get these guys going. Yeah, group 1 is over there. These guys can hit. You can hit. You now have some firing possibilities. And I'm already telling these guys to... I think I should go here, actually. And let me just get everyone out of fire. Actually, no. You need to be there. And now everyone just stops firing. There we go. That looks better. We can always at least get this going. And now we can chase. There we go. Sorry, I was worried about some dropped frames there during the battle. That's my connection. It's not yours, so don't worry. There we go. Let's go Reichland. I know he's not Reichland. I'm talking go Karl. Yeah, exactly. So that's an easy battle. I know. It's just to ensure that I don't lose anything on these two guys, you know, or whoever is damaged, you know. And at the same time, you can actually heal up a bunch. So I don't see a lot of damage. Maybe these two guys. Actually, let's go. I don't have the time for that. So you're going to heal up at him a little bit. That's it. Because I couldn't clump up everyone. But sometimes if you have the heal, of course, I don't want to make too many decisions with the Jade Wizard because you may not have that, okay? That's the case. That's the problem with this campaign. Because that healing, you know, the healing potential is really cool, but there's a lot of variety just with the wizard that you get, and you never choose it. So if you get to choose it, and you want to play a Jade Wizard, by all means. But for instance, I actually like Death, or I actually like Beasts, because it has a direct damage spell for enemy lords and heroes, and that's actually really helpful in the beginning, because you can do a lot of damage just by destroying the enemy lord fast, especially Feastus, which is a bit of a problem. Feastus, even Kazrak is a bit of a problem. Let's occupy. So we destroy the secessionists. And that's good. Doesn't matter too much here. I don't want to go over too much on that. Let's get growth and construction costs for all buildings. And we have a 2020 army. But what we want is to get on Altdorf. And this time we're going to recruit 3 Pistoliers. And we're going to build the buildings that give me income. And we also want either this, stables, for local recruitment capacity, or you can go over to engineer and research rate. It's really up to you. Okay? I prefer to get the local recruitment capacity because I favor a lot of mobility. But it's really up to you. And yeah, that's it. I also want to go very fast towards honest steel, so that I'll need a demigryph. So it's kind of like going over there as well.
Yes.
Let's get a little bit more of Earth Blood. There we go. And yeah, so this is turn 4. It's amazing how in my playthrough I went over to Marienburg, and now I don't recommend it at all until you know what happens with Kemmler, you know? So I already got the full force, and it's turn 7 that we're going to know the outcome here. We'll judge it. We'll judge it. For now, diplomacy, if there's anything possible. Yeah, Bastogne is about to be kicked. It's about to be kicked. That's for sure. But still, I don't like to take any prospects there, because Karek Ziflin will not like me if they do, and they actually are trading with me. So it's one of those circumstances. I feel like I've done everything. Yeah, for the time being. Yeah, there we go. Let's end the turn. It's actually difficult doing these guides because I have to predict what the AI does every single time, and there's a lot of variety. So I'm going to try to introduce what the variables are and see how it works, you know. Right now, Eilhart, the army in Eilhart needs to heal up, and if it doesn't heal up well enough, I have to keep healing it. So especially the Karlsruhe Greatswords, I would love to spend one turn to do that, but I cannot. So I'm going to have to go here. You're going to go here, actually. And you're going to go, if not mistaken, you can go here. There we go, to heal up. So that's how you can get them to heal up. Now, Eilhart actually has the growth and casualty replenishment rate, which is excellent. What I want here is to get Ubersreich upgraded, and let's get the income buildings going. Okay? You can spend, if you wish, the open gates. This is something that I've been struggling, whether I use this or not. If I just waited to get Unify, for instance, on Talabek Land, because Talabek Land has already 9. If I get a little bit more with them, which I likely will through Feastus, so yeah, that's the sort of idea. Now, what I want to check, because this guy is not going to recruit anything else, well, I can recruit one more unit. Do I want to make it a 4-5 Pistoliers? I don't think I can count on that. So, I don't think I can count on that. But that'll be good. It doesn't take too much in upkeep. And I'm about to get more income with these 2 buildings. So, let's try it. Let's try it. Because for sure, 5 Pistoliers, that's a lot more. And instead of Pistoliers, if people cannot get them, I can tell them to get some Free Company Militia. Or even some archers. You know, this at this point it's just something. But I like to have mobility. So yeah, let's go for it. And right now, Karl Franz is on forced march. Do I need to do anything else? Do I need to do anything else? Let me just check if there's anything here. Yeah, at this turn, we actually have the possibility of trading if we pay a little bit, but I don't like paying. And the Court of the Night is about to be destroyed, so that's good. Okay. Overall, everything is going according to plan, like Zinch would say. So he spends one turn here, and then I want to just try to force march into Weismund. Because I believe you can do that. I believe you can do this. So let's try. If it doesn't work, then, well, you just be more engaged.
The Empire.
Because I can get here. It's a little bit too much. Let me just spot what's happening. Typically what's happening is that there's an army here from Midland, and there's an army here from the Black Pit. So, there we go. Oh, this is different. Let me see if I can find it. No, there's no Black Pit. Okay. And this is about turn 7. It's about to be decided. So yeah, I think I'm going to move them here. I cannot move here because I'll be ambushed. So I'm just going to move normally. There we go. Just going to move normally. There we go. Let's get some Winds of Magic. Why not? Yeah. I wish Todbringer would actually join me. Let me see how much he needs to join. Oh, he cannot join. Oh, he's actually at war with the Warhead. Okay, so that's good. That's good. And let's see if that's a good place to be without Kazrak ambushing us. Because I definitely want to fight Kazrak, but on my terms. So, did I manage to get the buildings? I'm gonna get a little bit more income here. I think so. Yeah, that feels good. Feels good. Do I have anything here? Bastogne. I like the idea because they give me like 1,500, but I don't like the idea of getting reduced diplomacy. The conference is always a good thing for diplomacy. So if I don't get ambushed by Kazrak, does that mean that I never get ambushed? That's a good question. I didn't get ambushed, so that's cool. I'll have to spot where he is. Okay. Kadak Norn has actually been destroyed. Oh, that's interesting. And Skull Smashers have a little bit more leadership. That's good. Factions destroyed. Buildings constructed. That's good. I have enough income for now. Yeah, this was destroyed. That's nice. So, turn 7. This is where Midland should destroy the Black Tribe. So, they are very passive this time. Let me move slightly here to the north. I know that the Kazrak is either here or here. There we go. There we see it. And we cannot hit him. We can hit him with this. And that's actually good. So, you see, that's the problem. Kazrak is always here or here. Now, if I attack and they flee is a problem. If I attack and they flee is a problem. So let's just see if with 5 they don't flee. Okay? That's the test for today.
I call thee relics of power.
Oh, actually, hold on. Can he attack? Can he attack? If he can, I'll try just with this army. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I can get an auto resolve with close victory. Let me see how this works, because there's like 1, 2, 3 targets. Okay. There's just 1, 2 for artillery. And there's a lot of dogs. Dogs fail. And this is something. Dogs have infantry size. So it's better to have the swordsman instead of the spearman. Even though I'm going to have the spearman for them. So, yeah. This sounds cool. Kazrak is still on small entity size. He doesn't have his chariot. So that's good. Let's try and find it out. So I always know that Kazrak is nearby. I don't know if I want the... I know that they fight against this army. That's good. That's some good information. Because I didn't know if they would flee if I would assist with the pistoliers. And I don't want them to flee and then ambush me. You see how I almost forgot stance? And that was the problem. So, you can cheese it a little bit if you go to if you go to a corner camp here. But I don't like doing that. So let me see how I can form up. This is new territory, actually. Slightly new. I fought these a few times, but not with too much success. Or not with enough success for, showcasing it on a guide. Let's not channel magic. Let's start deployment, actually. I want them to hit the Bestigor herd right away. But I didn't want them to be so close there. So there's 2 dogs and the Minotaurs there. That's where the halberds are going to be. And there's 2 dogs and there's the Razorguard chariots. That's where the spearmen are going to be. So let's just deploy first like this. Spearmen here. Actually didn't want like this. There we go. Script 0, you. I also want the handgunners to be, and archers actually, to be able to help against the Minotaurs and the Razorguard chariots. Yeah. I can retreat the mortars slightly, so they're still going to be able to hit the Bestigor herd, and I don't have them in the bad position. So, halberds here, or should I actually have like this? Yeah, I think so. Feels better. That feels better. Actually, I can have the swordsman like this. Much better. Much better idea. Much better, actually. There we go. This is group 3. And this time there's no flanking because he has better units. That's the not cool part. So his are here. Okay, and now let's properly align my infantry units. There we go. With some free company militia to cover you. There you go. Handgun is behind my heroes. This feels like a good formation. Okay, that's good. Let's see if they start moving towards me. I believe they do, actually. I believe they do. They're just moving closer. Okay. So I can move in. Step in. So I'll have my cavalry ready. Can these guys hit anyone? They barely can hit some gore herds. That wouldn't be a bad hit, but I actually want them to move here. Just do small movements. On these big important battles, don't do too big movements, you know? Let's hit the Bestigo herd. Can they hit them? Yes. Then toggle guard mode. This is a dangerous battle, by the way. Gore herds and Bestigo herds can melt my infantry. So I have to ensure that my free company militia and archers and stuff do a little bit of damage to them. Yeah, they missed. That's true. They can miss. That's alright. Actually, I'm going to do everyone. Slightly move. There we go. And I still feel like I have the control. There we go. You want some small shots. Maybe we can hit some units that are hidden nearby. So that's still decent. Really want to hit them. There's a little bit of a shot. Yeah, they missed. They missed terribly. But that's okay. Let's fast forward. They're likely going to start moving very soon. If I hit them, yeah. Yeah, he's dodging with the unit, but still, he's going to come in. And as soon as he starts coming in, I'm going to get the hits. So, I'm going to do this Reichsguard over here. Turn them around a little bit. These halberdiers are actually there because of the Minotaurs. And I can actually engage the Chaos Warhounds and tell these guys to engage the Razorgore Chariots. Tell these guys to engage here. There we go. They can do this. Let's get the Chaos Warhounds. They are terrible against the Reichsguard, actually. Reichsguard do really well against them. I'm still hitting the best target there, so that I'm fine. No, I want them to attack me. So, yeah, there we go. That's fine if they attack here. That's okay. There we go. Over here, everything is okay. You're going to attack the Razorgore Chariots, and you're going to go move here. There we go. Reichsguard, let's move here. Where's the great units? Well, let's some Unger Herd, some Unger Herd, some Unger Spearmen. Okay, let's attack the Minotaurs here. I couldn't manage there. They are attacking here, that's good. Let's attack here. This is doing fine. Karl Franz, let's go over to attack Kazrak. He's actually attacking here, so that's perfect for me. That's the Unger Spearman herd. Where are the best units, actually? There it is. Let's go. These guys are dying, actually, so that's interesting. Let's tell them to attack the Razorgore Chariots here. Over here, everything is fine. Let's tell them to attack. Archers, you're expendable. That's okay. Free Company Militia, let's attack the bombardment there. Let's attack. Group 1. How is Kazrak? As soon as he dies, it's fine. Bestigor herds, let's attack there. That's okay. We've managed. These are archers, yes I know. They're dying. But there we go. Try to decide who to heal. Just go for Karl. Just go for Karl. Mage attacking Karl. Yeah, it's fine. I would get those, but I'm gonna need this defense here. We're gonna go for army losses here. Don't chase, because there's no point chasing. I'm attacking their shaman. Let's kill Kazrak. And that's the victory. And yes, your infantry can definitely hold. People talk smack about Empire infantry, but it's actually, it's average. It's average. It works. Especially against average stuff. It works really well. So, missile infantry, you can go there. Did I lose my Reichsguard? No, not even by the slightest. So that's the units that we want. Now, mortars are hitting anything that they can. And this is not a bad result. This is not a bad result, actually. This is a difficult army to fight. But as you've seen, you have actually some countermeasures against the Minotaurs, against the Razorgore chariots. That's where I'm going to advise to use the Reichsguard as support. Because Razorgore chariots are terrible against cavalry. They do some damage, but they don't kill it fast enough, so they end up losing a lot. And the Free Company Militia, look at that. They just handle so well. Even the archers can handle in melee because, well, we actually helped them out a little bit with the leadership early on, remember? So, where's Reichsguard? Bestigor herd. That's okay. That likely is not going to survive. Already killed Kazrak. There we go, that's fine. Let's attack the Bestigor herd. Actually, that's not going to be it. Let's pursue, because we really want to finish off the units. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Having this cavalry unit is so great. Now imagine if I can actually reinforce with the pistoliers. It's over. Like, there's nothing he can do, and likely I can finish off the army. Very close. Yeah, very well. So that's Kazrak. I mean, he's gonna have some surviving forces, but he cannot deal with my forces, and that's great. Actually, that went well. And even the swordsmen, notice how they survive the onslaught of the Minotaurs really well, because you're just supporting them with fire, with focused fire, and you don't even have to focus it, because it's just how you've positioned them. There we go. Let's army replenish. This time, yes. Don't go for the treasury. And not a lot of men survive there. Just some gore herd. That's kind of sad. But yeah, he's going to retreat. It's okay. We're managing.
I see no other option.
There we go. I just want to ensure that I'm on replenishing a little bit. And I've defeated Kazrak, that's okay. And I can actually move in, just to ensure that we don't have too much trouble here. Okay. That feels good. Kazrak is over. Like, I don't even need to pursue the forces. This is just not going to do too much. And we're going to get Earthblood, actually. And maybe an evasion, so they can get regrowth. Yeah. Over here feels fine. And do I want to use open the gates or send aid or conscription? I mean, there's a point to using all of this, but I prefer not to for now, because I don't have a lot of income to get more forces, and I already like what I have here. One good thing that you can do is try to merge some units and recruit them here on Altdorf and then quickly regroup. That's a possibility that I can give, but not for now. Let me trade. Nothing interesting. Yeah, nothing interesting. Of course, the advantage if you auto-resolve that is that you finish them off, of course, you know. So there we go. Let's end the turn. And this is turn 7. This is where Golgfag should attack and destroy Nordland. Yeah, look at that. Salzenmund is under siege. You can see it on the background there. Oh, he's attacking me. So this is an interesting one to do. If he's going to ambush these guys, I can actually retreat, reach the retreat path. So yeah, let's fight the battle. So I gotta remember that this army is going to be in trouble. Well, not exactly too much trouble, because that's why you get a mobility army, you know. And I even am able to finish them off. But I can just run away. Yeah, there we go. He has some forces. Yeah, just go. Just go. That's why you have mobility. That's why you fire while moving. Let's get to the retreat point. Yeah, do note that this is retreating. My general is likely gonna die, that's the problem. But it's still just a lord that was level 2. I mean, it's fine. I want to be able to survive with these guys. Actually, I'll tell them to attack. So that's a few units lost there. Let's withdraw. So that's kind of a possibility. I still kill off a few units. I can kill these guys off, actually. Should I kill them? Of course I should them. Should I kill more units? Should I try to win this? I don't know. These are still pistoliers. They're not exactly the best units. Okay, that was one. Yeah, if the infantry units are coming over, likely I'm not going to be able to survive there. So let's just withdraw with everyone. Yeah, it's much better. So I got to remember this part. Yeah, see, this is where things are not yet on their best. But at least he went over, he tried to attack this army, and I can... I can finish them off with Karl. But still, that's not something I want to repeat. So I'll just move Leopold Braun in the guide. I'll just move him towards Feastus, because we want to get there as soon as possible. And that feels better, because if they don't attack me, they'll just try to get some more units. Yeah. And he's still coming in over. And he got another ambush. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's fight the battle again. And this time I cannot run. So this is what you don't do. See? This is why you study the opening guides. So I was thinking, oh, I can support so that he won't attack. No, actually, he's gonna try to do it. He's gonna try to do it. And I still have the guy alive.
Forward, sons of Sigma!
And all this mobility is gone. So yeah, I'm gonna have to load up.
Cavalry ready! Moving now! In the Emperor's name!
I mean, he doesn't have much that can handle these guys.
March! I, Karl Franz!
Let's attack here. Where's the retreat path? This time is on the other side. Oh, there's no point in retreating at this point because I'm gonna lose the units. So try to micro. And micro. I'm just gonna pull them back against the Chaos Warhounds.
Our steeds are restless! Pistoliers! The ground quakes!
I'm gonna try to get those Ungar Raiders. But I can't do it yet. Because it's still on low intensity. Okay, Warhounds are dead.
Yes, sir, quickly! The ground quakes!
Okay, that's good. Unger Spearman Herd are good. I'll just move them. But this is nothing that I really want to do. That's a lot of...
Follow the Emperor! Sigma guides us!
We don't want him getting the charge bonus he now has.
Yes, sir, quickly!
He's now got the charge bonus. Yeah, that's a waste of ammunition on him. So if this ever happens, that feels like a wasted ammunition.
Yes, General!
I prefer to actually attack the Spearman Herd. They don't have any shields. Yeah, those units don't have shields.
Taking position!
I'm just gonna move them here. Actually, you're gonna move here. I'm gonna move through. I'm gonna move through. And they're gonna hit the archer units. Tell them to hit the younger raiders.
Emperor's might! Quick march! To battle!
Yeah, this is the biggest killer. Let me see if I can actually attack them in melee.
Formation march! At speed!
I feel like I can do that.
Rolling ring! We serve the Emperor!
Maybe.
Pistoliers!
Maybe, but we really don't want to go this route.
Take the ground!
Let's regroup there. Yeah. Still causing damage with the ammunition. That's good. These are shaken. They're not stirred, though. Let me get to a higher ground position.
Lingering!
And he's already halfway. I wonder if I should focus fire him. Because I kind of prefer to go after the Spearman Herd. They're doing some great damage against them.
At speed!
Yeah, there we go. I got the younger raiders down to their health. So that's good. Killing a unit of Ungar Spearman Herd, it's nice.
Taking position! Moving now! Sigma calls! We serve the Emperor!
Maybe I should kill the enemy lord.
Our orders?
Okay, let him engage. He's getting tired, actually. Look at the vigor, while mine are not.
Yes, sir, quickly! Send us out!
I think those Spearman Herd are going to get destroyed with the next volley. 37, 34. He's super fast, actually. Look at that. He's super fast. You gotta be careful of that.
Formation!
But that's why we get the Pistoliers, because they're so good at avoiding these scenarios, you know? That's a wavering. There we go. Let's actually hit Bamu there. If he would have gotten a mage, this would be possible. So that's how possible it is. Just keep them attacking. They're still gonna fire. Yeah. Does he have anything? Just a boar breed. Yeah, there we go. No potion of healing for him or anything like that. Yeah, I think I can kill him. There's some good units. Oh, did I tell them to attack move? Oh, they don't have any ammunition. Okay, so they managed actually. That's good. That's the problem. Let's attack here. Let's move. Definitely move here. Definitely move here. These guys are gonna try to push through, and there's some spearmen. Yeah, there's some spearmen. This is lost. I'm just gonna try to maximize some kills. We're going there. There we go. If I had unlimited ammunition, this would be so much fine. Let me attack here. Let me attack the with ammunition here. Come on. Let's go here. You're chasing and they're doing some good damage. You no longer have any power there. Let's attack him. Actually, let's move here. Let's move here. Come on. There we go. Let's go after those Unger Raiders. Yeah, I don't think wasting ammunition on Bamu is good. But I don't think this is a good battle to force to do. And it was actually quite lucky for him also. Okay, that's eliminated. Let's get these guys. Let's get these guys to where they can actually fight. You know, so they can actually do some damage. They're under attack by spears, so let's tell them to attack here. I'm nearly done with the possibilities here. So this is going to be lost. That's sad, because I actually wanted to use this army against Feasters. But yeah, I'm going to have to restart this. But that's a good training exercise. Like, don't go in with this army, because you can still get ambushed by the forces. So yeah, that's still some lessons learned. Let's go versus the Younger Raiders. And at this point, they're about to rout. We just want to ensure that we get some sort of losses. And it's amazing that he got 819. So if I hadn't wasted ammunition, I never thought I could do it with 5, because they don't have a lot of armor piercing, actually. You know? So yeah, that's still wavering 12. Okay, let's attack here. But yeah, that's gone. So that's still a violent defeat, but I was hoping that I could get all those 5 alive to deal with Feasters. Let me see if I can still do it by hiring troops. Because I still want to see how Feasters deals with all this. Like, the fact that they've done so much damage, I can imagine this doing a lot more against Feasters, because these guys are fast. Feasters is not. And I can deal with a lot of his forces. I know that Karl can face off Feasters alone. But with this, man, I would put all 5 Pistoliers fighting on the... As soon as they arrive on the battle, hitting on... yeah. Killed in battle, faction encountered. So I would do them fighting against... what's it called? Firing against Feasters. And that will finish them up. So yeah, Nordland is about to be destroyed, and now Kemler is at war. Let me see with whom. Okay. Okay, so what can I get? Talon clan will retain control of Negenhof. Yeah, I prefer that. Allow the expansion.
I command
So that's
here.
the sad part. What I wanted to check is this. Who is this guy at war? Let me just double check if I have it right.
Yes.
Yep, Marienburg is now at war with the Barrow Legion. So if this happens, you have to go back. And Marienburg actually lost forces. Yeah, you have to go back right now. Because he's going to get overrun. And that's where you have to go. So you control Kazrak.
Moving on.
He's over here. He's going to ambush me. No? For real? You're not going to allow me to fight you?
I am Franz. They will
No.
obey.
Just going to move them back then.
Let's go.
So that's a key process. Don't send in the other army because it's going to be targeted and you're not going to finish off Kazrak. Okay, that's a learning opportunity. Guys, I have to go for lunch, but thank you for joining me on this learning stuff. Okay, I promise the guide will have that. I'm going to likely going to use the autosave there. Actually, can I do the autosave there? I have a lot of them prepared. So this is 6. Let's turn 6. Do I want turn 7? No, I want turn 6. Yeah? But that's before the major battle against Kazrak. Yeah? Let me just do it. I have to go for lunch, but maybe I can do this like this. Hold on. If I go for this battle, this is still before Kazrak, right? And let me see if I defeat Kazrak with the close defeat, with the auto-resolve. Let me see what happens with Middenland. Let me see. Because I'm for sure, I really want to keep those Pistoliers alive to get rid of Festus. And I wanted to at least test it out. So, hold on. Yeah, there we go.
Summon the elected
So this is the
house.
next turn. Okay, let's end a turn. Hold on. Actually, let me test if I can send in already the Pistoliers to assist against Kazrak. If he'll fight. Because if he'll fight, I can wipe him out. Oh, see, Midland already did something different. This is the amount of variety that we have sometimes. It's crazy. And we now have this. Let's get a fealty for all of them. This is still happening.
So
Okay, let me first...
now, yes.
There we
to
go.
unite the provinces. Going forth. Yes.
See, Kazrak is no longer there.
I go.
Kazrak is no longer there. So, wow. Let me do something different. Let me check after Kazrak. Well, I still have to check on Kazrak. So, is he gonna ambush me? Let me see. Likely he's gonna ambush me or try to succeed. So I'm gonna move here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, here's Kazrak. Oh, look at that. I'll have to move like this
Jade Wizard. I shall
so that I avoid his ambush. And you're gonna spot here because there's no way I can move. Can I move close? Let me see if I can move him close. You see how things vary so much. I thought I had a good location here where I can move and then later attack Kazrak, but he can move into some places that it's dangerous. What I'm finding is that he's never close to Middenheim. He's always close to the Black Pit for whatever reason. So that'll be the principle. Let me see how it works. See how things work. I did nothing different, and suddenly Kazrak is no longer able to be attacked. So I cannot give that on the guide. Oh, I'm glad I actually went back. And he fought versus Midland. Oh, this is turning out to be even better. Yeah, allow the expansion. Nordland is destroyed. Okay, that's turn 8 basically. Let me see who's at fight with whom.
Sigmar's will.
He's fighting. Okay, there we go. Because you can double check the vampires only decide one. Either they go for Marienburg or they go versus the dwarves, and I don't know why they do one or the other. Okay, so this is a good point actually to finish them off. So I'm not even going to need that. I'm going to out-resolve. There we go. I'm going to still go with the army replenishment because I don't want the gold. And they're destroyed. This is what we want to happen. But I'll have to figure out how to do that. And then how to return to fight Festus. Let me just check what Festus is doing. This is a good place to actually be with Festus. Unassigned skill points. Yeah, so Pistol Corpse. And we want Earthblood. Okay. See, I didn't get the evasion this time because I didn't fight too many. So I cannot gamble on the fact that we earn that Midland helps. You know, that Boris goes in and helps against that stuff. But that's what I meant. Like, Midland would always do something against the Black Pit. I didn't know he would go against Kazrak. So yeah. Let's see the fight versus Festus and if he can do it with this army. And this is already running away from what a guide would do, because I cannot be guaranteed that we'll have this army in this shape fighting Festus. But I would just want to see if, for perhaps even going after Festus first, is an opportunity. And that brings some healthy opportunities, actually. A quest has been issued. Yeah, we get the quest. Great adventure beckons. Beware. I don't advise taking the quest. So all of those factions that we could trade in the early game are dead. And that's fine. We do have to keep checking that Marienburg and the Vampire's Legions here from the Barrow Legion are still under attack. In the past I actually went against Marienburg.
I am Franz. They will obey.
Okay, let's get here.
Step to it. Awaiting orders. I live to serve the Emperor.
Yeah, and here's Festus. I cannot get an attack on him, but Telemark can sometimes get this. Yeah. And I can almost unify. Okay, 500. I spent the 1,000 for that. So I can go for the unify very close. And what's happening here? Yeah, the vampires are always going to push over to Stirland. Okay, Nuln will have to fight against them. And you're responsible for finishing off Festus and then quickly going back and dealing with Kepler. That's how typically it works. And it depends. There's a little bit of luck on these campaigns. But I'm about to get, and this is what I wanted, the melee attack and melee defense for melee before fighting Festus, which is still a nice one. Do I have any treaties available? No, nothing. Let's end up the turn. So, if I finish Kazrak, I'll have 1-2 turns to heal up before moving in against Festus. And Festus has actually destroyed that place. He has conquered. So, this can be interesting. I've never seen such a better gameplay, but this is never something that I can predict. Never. There's no way, you know. Let me get what we do is actually we get Telemark to help us get the battle against Festus, so he'll give me some money for it, and we would fight Festus in Crudenwald.
We must attack.
But he's actually already depleted, so that's kind of easy. I'm not going to return to Elector. I really want this. Let's get the income building. Let's get the further barracks. That's amazing if you can get that. Doesn't matter the items because those will always be different. Oh. It's because I invaded Feastus. But that's a decent issue there. I want to have a fight just to see if I can do that. Let's get the attrition penalties reduced. It's always helpful.
Protector of the weak.
Let's move here.
Guided by Sigma. I will do anything for Sigma.
And for sure he's gonna recruit some stuff. Let's get grain silos now for the growth and casualty replenishment rate. I'm considering whether I take the casualty replenishment rate before. That is interesting because then it will have versus Kazrak. So instead of having the state issued weapons, I'm gonna have the replenishment rate. I feel like that's a better one to have. Yeah. There's nothing really in diplomacy that we can have. That's good to know. So less stuff to talk about. And now Feastus is likely to attack me. If he doesn't, I'll try to attack him. And I'll see just how well it gives me the Pyrrhic victory, if it gives me a good victory or not, you know, if I have to fight it, and if I have to fight it, how difficult it is. So yeah. Did he waste it on Talabek land? He did, didn't he? Did he really lose it? Yeah, he lost his army. For real? This never happens, guys. Oh, there he is. There is Feastus. Hold on, let me auto-resolve this. And now I have... Okay, but yeah, he's in a very weakened state. It's a very weakened state, actually. Let's get regrowth, and you're gonna go here. No. There we go.
Bring me to my men.
Okay, let's see how it works versus Feastus. This is a 10 turns that will never happen. I was very lucky. I had to reload even, but this is very lucky. But I'll continue just to see what extra threats are coming. So Kemmler doesn't take Marienburg as early, which is good to know. Might be just me having some luck here, but still. Okay, that's a decisive defeat because he's fighting this guy and he got some extra stuff. So let's retreat and let's gather up everything and attack and see how well this goes. And I've been fighting some auto-resolves. I need to side with Wissenland. I'll have some time. And I got the casualty replenishment, which is nice. Let's go state issued infantry armor. So that's cool.
What? I serve Sigma. Sigma lightens my step.
Now let's see how this goes. It gives me a close victory and I lose a swordsman. Okay, let's just fight it for the fun of it. I want to see if these guys arrive in time just to go after Feastus. Okay? And I want to try to calculate here whether or not this is good. Because if this fight goes Pyrrhic, or if my forces don't hold on forever, then I might have to consider the army composition as well. And when I attack, you know? I'm also thinking that going after Feastus early on, before dealing with Kazrak, if he's so passive, might be a trick. So I'm going to have to do some battles. I'm still going to have to do some examination whether or not this is the best one. So they're coming in from that side. I want to have like this, so that I'm at least a little bit closer. So yeah, group 1, group 2, group 0, group 3. Let's start deployment. Let me get these guys going. The order that you select them makes the difference, by the way, guys. Sometimes people don't know that. Okay. I want to see... He doesn't have any missiles, so I want to see if I can kill off those Chaos Warhounds before he's approaching with my Reichsguard. So yeah, maybe that will work well. And over here, I find these guys should be exactly like this. You know, a little bit clumped up, so that I can get a little bit more damage dying. Yeah, that's cool. Spear in the front, in the sides. Let's go. Really want these guys to be like this, but I want to use the swordsman on the front. I have the halberds there. Okay, group 1. Karl here. Group 2 here. Okay. And I want to see if my pistoliers can do a ton of damage. Likely to the Chaos Halberds or to the Marauders of Nurgle with great weapons. Great weapons units are a problem. And all that I'm doing here is just buying time. I wish they were healed up, because this would be an interesting test. You know, I have my army healed up. I have those guys in retrospective, so that's good. And I just want to see how much damage I can do with the infantry, with the cavalry stuff. Let's go after the Chaos Warhounds here. I believe they just melt. If not mistaken, they just melt. He's sending in the Chaos Warriors halberds. Yeah, but yeah, he's just shifting the units around. We can catch up to them, by the way, and we can get them from behind. Really? Yeah, there's no chance these Chaos Warriors are gonna go after me. He's gonna waste some healing on them. Melee damage reflection. I gotta be careful there. How much does it take? Melee defense, melee attack. Yeah, he's getting the melee damage reflection. I gotta be careful with that. Okay, that's a good test. Hey, Apixis. So I had to reload on one time because I got attacked. This reinforcing army that I'm trying to use against Festus got attacked by Kazrak, the remaining forces of Kazrak. So I just thought I could get away with it, and I couldn't. This is all a series of testings for the guide that I'm planning on Karl Franz. Okay, so this is not a good idea, see? Because you get the poison, you get Festus spending a lot of stuff to help these Chaos Warhounds, and it's not worth it. But what I'm trying to see is how much damage these guys can actually do. So it's just a study. You are in big trouble because you have to go like this. But these guys should be fine. Group 7. Now, anything that doesn't have shields is a target. So no, not those axes, the Marauders. I'm thinking... Don't worry, there is no Grombrindle in Karl Franz campaign. Yeah, he would be a trouble. He would be a problem. That's for sure. So there's nothing he can do to avoid the damage from these guys. I just want to see how effective they are, actually. I think leaving Reichsguard to counter the Chaos Warhounds is a good idea. Let's check on the Chaos Warriors halberds. No, don't shoot those Chaos units. Okay, that dude is on a chariot, and he doesn't have shields, so that's good. Yeah, I think Franz can stay here. And this guy is already attacking, so that's cool. Let's see how much damage we can actually get. They get firewalls moving, so that's great. So let's send in Karl, the Reichsguard versus the Chaos Warhounds. Because he can always poison me, and poison always does a little bit of less speed, so he can catch up. Now it's the perfect... Yeah, this works really well. So the Reichsguard, instead of moving forward, goes for that. And then if he sends in a single entity, I can actually counter with my Arc Collector. So that's good. This would actually be a very good scenario. Where, for instance, this guy is attacking the Marauders. Chaos Warriors of Nurgle. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually good. Karl Franz, get away. Not Karl Franz, Reichsgott, get away. Chaos Warriors can do a lot of damage. So I gotta be careful with that too. Yeah, that's good. If I can handle this hero alone, that's another single entity that's dangerous. So yeah. There we go. He's spending a lot of resources there. And I'm about to hit a lot of their units. I can even try to go over to those Chaos Warhounds. Yeah. Yeah, this feels decent. A decent amount of damage. But, you know, I'm wasting a lot of these guys just going after the Samuel Lundenhoff here. And this guy is going to rout. So maybe I want the Reichsgott to go over there. Mortar is doing some damage to those Chaos Warriors, that's for sure. I want to do some damage to these Chaos Warriors. There we go. Now there's a lot of damage here going on. Yeah, he's going to get killed. And these Pistoliers, there we go. I think these guys can do it. Handgunners go after the Chaos Giant. Handgunners go after Feastus. There we go. Karl Franz goes after Feastus. Heals everyone here, or buffs everyone here. Okay, those are dead. Those are dead. Those are not dead. Okay, I gotta remember this. This is not an easy battle to pivot. And this is actually a tougher nut to crack than I thought. I thought he would die. 389, 933. Yeah, he's gonna kill me. Impressively, he's gonna kill me. These guys over here. And let me just spot what the idea here is. There we go, I wanted them to rout. There we go. At least the units feel like they're going to be able to handle most stuff. Especially like this. Karl Franz seems to be able to deal with Feastus. And now let's go and focus fire Feastus down. The giant is already dead, by the way, so focus fire should be from the handgunners on the Beasts of Nurgle. And you guys are going to focus Feastus down. And this is a weakened army, so you got to be careful with that. It's amazing, he didn't got a single shot, so I got to be careful with that because he doesn't really manage to hit them. These are Nurglings, they're dead. Feastus is routing, so that can be a possibility. I think this army can survive because he has done well enough. And I've done terribly in terms of micro. Yeah, the other guy dies, but Feastus actually is defeated here. So I think this army works really well. I cannot waste these guys on that hero. So yeah, that's something. If he tries to chase me with a chariot, I'll just go back to my forces, and then these guys are going to be free to scoop around. I think that's a much better idea. Yeah. So that's how one can do it. It's not exactly how I would recommend, so it's good that I actually had the practice. It's the second time that I fight this, and already I managed to fight him and win several times. But I want to find something that it's not too auto-resolve-y, or that you have to cheese too much. You know, just trying to use these guys. And all my infantry lines actually completely fine. So you're gonna go over here, you're gonna go over here, you're gonna go over here, that's as well, and that's cool. Okay. So Reichsguard, don't send him in against the Chaos Warhounds, it's just not gonna work. Just wait for the reinforcements, focus on Feastus, focus on maybe the Giant, ignore that hero. I think that Chariot hero is gonna have to be facing one of my spears. Actually, one of my spears died or routed. So yeah, gotta be careful with that. But still, any losses, it's kind of fine if we manage to defeat Feastus. Okay, so that's gonna be it for the stream as well. I got some good information out of here, and I can do it later on a guide with a little bit better. Let me just confirm how Marienburg is doing against Kemmler to see if I can recommend going after Feastus first. Because Feastus gets a lot of good stuff if he has a fight. Like one fight, he gets a lot of good stuff. You know? Yeah, no, actually, they retreated off camera. So, yeah, that's cool. And he actually survived, which is amazing. So, army replenished. That's cool. Let me see and evaluate the situation now.
Bring me to my men.
And he gets up to level 10. I like to get this. Attrition, it's always very worth it because you always have something to face off against, especially as Karl. And I can get the dwellers below, but I like the regrowth a little bit better. I didn't even use it this time, but I didn't have those buffs to get less cost. And I get the Regiment of Renown. I think those are good to get here. So to get something.
Men, we must attack.
Let's just decisive victory this. Yeah, there we go. And now let's evaluate things. Okay, army replenishment, yeah, why not? So already conquered there, already conquered here. I think Brass Keep, 12 garrison. I think I need to replenish.
Command here.
Yeah.
Honored to serve.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I am Prince and Emperor.
And look at this. Look at this. This is the problem. Let me just skip a few turns and see what happens there. Let's get hold the line. Let me see how fast the Scambler finishes off. Grumburg, I want this for casualty replenishment cost. I want this. There we go. That feels great. Yeah. Diplomacy, is there anything else? Yeah. Whatever caravan arrives, we can get some trade. That's good. Okay, let's spot building available. Or actually, I can recruit this. Yeah, but that's barely. So in a game, I would never be able to recommend. In a guide, I would never to recommend this. So let's see how long Marienburg lasts. Because they're still at war with Marienburg. Maybe Kemmler goes after Gorsel and he doesn't attack me. So if he does that, then I'll feel much more confident recommending that you go after Feastus. This is so random that I'm gonna just send defensive supplies. Or do nothing. I'm gonna do nothing here.
Champion of the faith.
He can't reach there.
I go where I am needed.
And there's already another army. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do.
Make haste, men. I'll send Schwartzhelm in my stead. Your word is my command.
Then I'll just siege it and see if the auto resolve is good for us. If not, we can siege the city. That's good. Scaling is here. There's a lot of forces, but Kemmler is kind of easy to deal with. Yeah. This is always something. I'm liking the income. Yeah. Let me see how many turns before they actually defeat Marienburg. on average. I think it's about turn 15 that they will do anything like moving over to core cell. And if that's the case, it just buys me enough time to deal with Feastus. Barrow Legion still hasn't gone with Marienburg. Okay, that's good. That's good. Carrick Ziflin has been destroyed by Bretonia, which is great. This not always happens.
The Empire.
Can trade with Middenland. That's nice.
What? It is good. On it.
Okay, let's see the case here. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of stuff to recruit. So here's what I do. I siege Brass Keep. That's a valiant defeat because of the settlement garrison. Yeah, let's continue the siege. And if that's a valiant defeat, that's good actually, because likely we can get... Let's attack this guy and auto-resolve that. Yeah. And now let's see if it's still a valiant defeat.
No peace.
It's still a valiant defeat, so that's good. That's good actually. Let me just get this for good measure. And the reasoning for that is likely they're going to sally out, and then it's a much better battle for me. Yeah. So I have to consider that, yeah, that's a lot of Case Warriors, some Case Trolls, some Marauder Horsemen, but with the Pistoliers, I feel like you need the Pistoliers to deal with those, you know. Marienburg is still from Marienburg, which is amazing. So let me just end one more turn. I gotta go for lunch. That's so true, Webexus. Yeah, sometimes the alley valley is the garrison like it's Helm's Deep, and sometimes the walls are made out of cardboard. Yeah. Yeah, see? And when they sally out, it's actually a close victory. And I agree with that, because I could have done the same battle. So let me just confirm here, I'm going to close victory it. And I'm going to have this as an example of kind of an outcome that can happen. So what I'm enjoying is that... Fealty of Middenland. Prestige, that's for sure. Did I say it right? Fecundities has been destroyed, that's good. And Karasakarak has been destroyed, that's interesting to see. Okay, that'll be an interesting campaign actually. So yeah, we're gonna get some income going here. This always seems to happen. Nordland always falls. Midland focuses a ton on the Black Tribe. Okay, so if they manage, that's what I mentioned on turn 7, the outcome between the Black Pit tribe and the Weismund is actually in Midland is actually decided, and if they win, that's better for you, of course. So this is the card trick. Like if they survive, you likely are better off getting fealty with them to eventually confederate them. But this is already 15 turns and I've lasted maybe 2 hours. Okay, so that's something that I have to narrow down for the guide, but still feels good. So I did reload, by the way, so I have some learning to do here in terms of Kazrak. So I did learn, and I'm just wondering, I'm gonna test next time, wondering if going after Feastus first before even dealing with Kazrak is a better choice, because I've seen that Midland sometimes can deal with them. So recommending going after Feastus, I don't know. I'll have to do some testing. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll have to go for lunch. But that was good. Some good learning. And I'll likely do a guide even today. I think I can do the guide and then record tomorrow. And so I'll record today, but record the voiceover tomorrow. And I think that'll be good. Long first 3 turns. 15 hours long first 3 turns in Karl Franz campaign super guide. No, I wouldn't be able to last 15 hours long for 3 turns any time. Only if it's like on turn 200 and I'm conquering the map. Maybe that. Have a good one. Bon appetit. Bon appetit to you too if it's your time for lunch. All right. Thank you guys. Bye bye.